What's going on, YouTube? Thanks for stopping by. My name is Michael, also known as Hyrule Dude. Today we're going to be going over part 10 of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild walkthrough. So we are currently in Gerudo town and we're going to be headed over to the divine Beast Vah Naboris. The princess of the Gerudo town, her name is Princess Riju. She's at a post there waiting for us. So the quickest way to get there is going to be to just grab a sand seal outside of the town and then make your way across the desert to the post to meet with the princess. So that is what we're going to do. Now, depending on the time of day that you're traveling through the desert, it might be really hot or it might be really cold if it's at night. So you might have to adjust your clothes accordingly. I'm just going to keep on the Gerudo clothes here for now. But it is funny though, if you take off the Gerudo clothes and put on regular clothes, Princess Riju will still move forward with the attack on the Divine Beast, which is pretty funny. So here we are. We're just going to climb this ladder and we're going to talk to Princess Riju, and she's going to give us basically the game plan to enter the Divine Beast. Alright, so we are now looking over the desert, looking at the Divine Beast, and the game plan is basically to use our sand seals to go to the Divine Beast, and we're going to be shooting bomb arrows at the legs of the Divine Beast, at the feet, in order to bring it down, and then we can gain entry. So Princess Riju actually gives us 20 bomb arrows to complete that endeavor, and we're definitely going to need them for it, so that's always cool. Princess Riju is going to do this sort of prayer thing here in the desert, and it's going to provide a force field around us. And that's because the Divine Beast is going to shoot electricity at you in order to stop you. So basically 1 or 2 hits of those and you are toast, literally. So make sure to stay inside of the force field that Princess Riju has. She's so crazy. She's always fixing the Thunder Helm on her head because it keeps falling off. It's pretty big. So looks like this sand seal is ready to go. Alright, so Lady Urbosa is going to provide us the protection we need. So let's go ahead and make our way towards the Divine Beast now. Follow me. Okay, so initially you can go ahead of the princess because she goes super slow. But remember, when you get next to the Divine Beast, you want to stay inside of the force field or you will pay the price for sure. Alright, so now is where the Divine Beast has spotted us, and you can see that he's going to try to take his first shot at us with his electric beam here. So we are safe here with Princess Riju. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my bomb arrows, and I'm going to try to fire them off at the feet of the Divine Beast. The purple section is what you're looking to hit, and once you hit all 4, you will then bring it to its knees, and then you can board the Divine Beast.
We can do this. We can do this. Yes. Right where we want it.
Alright, and there's 1 more to go, and that's it. It sure does take them a long time to fall, though. Almost. Alright, timber for sure now. This is a cool cutscene, though, where you see Link just running across the sand. I think it's pretty cool.
Unfortunately, I cannot appease Naboris on my own. I have no choice but to entrust the rest to you. Don't let us down, Link.
All right, the Divine Beast is back up, and we will not let the princess and the Gerudo people down. So, we are finally inside the Divine Beast. We're going to activate this guidance stone or travel gate, and we're going to hear the words
Well.
from Lady Urbosa.
You sure do know how to keep a woman waiting. I can't wait to see you take Naboris back from Ganon. One thing at a time. You'll need a map to find your way around. Head over to that guidance stone over there. Sounds easy, right?
It does sound easy, and it is easy, actually. So it's pretty funny that that's what they made her say. But so I'm going to pull out my ancient spear, and I'm going to put on regular clothes to move forward. So let me go ahead and take out this guardian here, and I'm going to chuck this spear because I want the mint one instead. So moving forward up this ramp here, there's going to be a glowing eyeball. Obviously, you're going to need to take him out. Unless you want to just charge right through, you know, I'm sure you can make it. You definitely can. In fact, you can actually hop right over it, but I prefer to take it out. So first things first, we're going to want to go across the Divine Beast and go up this ramp here and activate the guidance stone that Lady Urbosa had mentioned initially. Here's where we're going to actually get the Divine Beast's map, and it will allow us to control the Divine Beast.
Good work getting the map of the Divine Beast. The terminals that control Naboris are noted by a series of glowing points on your map. Take Naboris back by activating all of the terminals. You're ready for this.
First step that we're going to do is we're going to take out our map, and we're going to take the ring that is closest to the Divine Beast's head, and we're going to move that ring 3 times. And as you can see, that section of the beast is now spinning. So as you've noticed, this is broken into 3 sections for this Divine Beast, and we're going to need to be moving these around throughout the completion of this dungeon here. So we're going to paraglide over, hop onto this platform here, and we're going to move again that same ring closest to the Divine Beast's head. We're going to move it 1 time, and that is going to make us level with the next guidance stone, so we can easily grab that one. So that's super simple.
There are 4 terminals remaining. I'm counting on you.
All right, so 4 more to go. Let's go ahead and take out this glowing eyeball, and we're going to pull out the map again. But this time we're going to take the center ring and we're going to move it 1 time. This is going to give us access to the treasure chest that's right in front of us, so we can easily just paraglide down and grab it. Now there's another treasure chest literally right underneath us on the opposite side. So we're going to have to move the Divine Beast's ring 1 time so that we can, in essence, just kind of crawl our way to the other side of this very platform here. All right, so let's go ahead and move the center ring 1 more time. Okay, sweet. So this chest is going to contain a knight's bow. I have better bows in my inventory, so I'm actually just going to leave it here. So we're going to go ahead and paraglide over to the rear of the Divine Beast. There's another treasure chest here. There's actually several treasure chests in this dungeon. But to obtain this one, you're going to want to use your stasis on it, and then use an arrow to cut the rope. Pull out the magnesis to basically spam the A button until you take hold of the chest and bring it towards you. Ancient core, perfect. So from here, let's go ahead and stand at the edge of the rear of the beast, and we're gonna pull out the map again. We're gonna move the center ring 3 times, and then we're gonna move the ring towards the rear twice. And the goal is to take all those lines that you see there on the map and have them line up. So it's basically an electrical grid here, which powers the Divine Beast. So as you can see here, that is fully in line on the top, and it activates the disc on the wall here to spin, kind of like a Ferris wheel in essence. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over to this end, and we're going to wait until we can get into that passageway there. Now, if you notice, there's a center hole in the middle of this disc. We're going to paraglide into that because that contains, as you might have guessed, another treasure chest. So let's just ride this all the way to the top and then paraglide right down into the center of this disc. Alright, it's time to hop off. And now you're going to be in this weird tunnel with a bunch of spikes and lasers. So just walk your way through it. Of course, avoiding the malice goo and all the other obstacles. And it wouldn't be complete without a glowing eyeball at the end. So take that out. I'm going to drop one of my shields for the shield inside of this chest, which is a knight's shield. So now that I got that, let me go ahead and exit, and then we're going to basically hop right back onto this disc and go all the way to the top where there's an entry right above us to the north side of the disc. Alright, so we're almost there. And this is a really interesting part of the dungeon here. So you're going to see this cross lever here and 2 electrodes on each side on a disc. So if you turn this wheel one way, it spins one of the electrode discs. And if you take that same wheel and move it the other way, it operates the opposite disc with the electrodes. So the goal is to just make the electrodes line up with this electrical grid here to provide power to this elevator on the tail. Sweet, so let's go ahead and ride this all the way to the top. Finally, we are activating our next guidance stone here.
There are 3 terminals remaining.
All right, so 3 more terminals to go. Not too bad. So let's, of course, paraglide to exactly where we entered here. And we're going to wait for this disc to spin. And from here, the goal is to get to the very tippy top of the beast. Now, we're not going to move any rings. We're basically going to just ride the disc until we could paraglide to a platform that's safe up there. So for me, there is a ledge once I go through this door, and that's what I'm going to use to get basically right across from here. And that is the ledge that I hopped off of there. From here, I'm just going to run across, and there's going to be a few metal blocks that we're going to have to move with magnesis. The bottom 2 blocks, we're going to move them forward, and the top 2 blocks, we're going to move them towards us. That's going to provide additional power to this part of the Divine Beast, and it's going to activate the platform that we see ahead. Alright, so now we're going to have to break the electricity. You could do that by moving any one of these rings. I'm just going to move the center ring. And as you can see, the platform then extends again because that power had been broken. And so I'm going to run across and get behind this pillar right here. And then I'm going to move that same ring back to its original position to provide power. And this is going to act as an elevator for us to get even higher on the Divine Beast. Alright, so the power has been provided, and here, of course, a glowing eyeball, and right behind it, there's another glowing eyeball that we have to take out as well. Much like the room before, after we climb this wall here, there's going to be another cross lever that we need to move. Same concept of providing power to the electrode below. So as you can see, that disc is spinning, and I'm going to let it go right here. Alright, so as you can see, the platform has activated, and now we're going to go to the lower level. There is a glowing eyeball down here, so make sure to hit that with your arrow, and let's use stasis to freeze this elevator platform, and magnesis to grab the electric orb here, and we're going to drop that to the bottom level, and then of course we're going to grab this treasure chest as well. From here, we're going to go to the top level and use the elevator to cross the way. Now, as you can see, the electric orb is down there at the bottom level, so make sure you have yours left there as well. In this second room, there's, of course, another glowing eyeball, but then there's a Guardian Scout that you need to fight. This one is kind of sleeping on the job, so let me wake him up. And I definitely want to get the ancient battle axe that he has, because that thing is just a gem. So after destroying him, let me go ahead and take that from him. So there's 2 more terminals left after this one.
There are 2 terminals remaining. Stay focused.
Alright, thanks for the update, Lady Urbosa. So here, there is another glowing eyeball at the bottom. You can shoot it from this second level, but we're going to need to ride the elevator to the top because there's another glowing electric orb that we need to grab. So this is going to be the second one that we've grabbed. So I'm going to actually just take this orb and throw it down the center because we do actually need it at the bottom level, just like we did with the other one. There is a treasure chest that we can access from here just by hopping on this moving platform here, and we are going to get a topaz. So let's make our way back to the main room, and we're going to go back to the bottom level from here. Alright, so let me grab the orb, and you have to put the orb at the top of this switch here to activate power, which will open the gate. Be careful because there are 2 Guardian Scouts in here, so make sure to take them out. And this dude got away with a really nice slice. So let me go ahead and take him out really quick. Alright, so let's pick up our ancient parts here. And I'm going to blow up these barrels just to see if it's got anything good. It's got an apple. So I'll take it. So now that we've left the electric orb in the other room as we did before, we now easily have access to them. So let's put one of the orbs on this circular platform, and then we'll take the other orb and put it on the second platform, which will then open the gate. So now after this, we obviously have one more terminal that remains, and that one's going to be really easy to get as well.
Just one terminal remaining. You're almost there.
All right, that's pretty encouraging. So now we're going to go to the rear of the Divine Beast, and we're not going to move any of the rings. We're going to leave them exactly where they are. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to the left-hand side and just paraglide around the outside of the Divine Beast to this section. Of course, as expected, there is a Guardian Beast waiting for us. So take him out, collect his weapon if you'd like. But we're going to go ahead and activate the final guidance stone here before we can gain entry to fighting the boss of the beast. Alright, so for this terminal, we're going to have to move the ring one time to make the terminal level with us so we can activate it. And of course, we're going to have to then put the ring back in its original position so that we could exit this cube room area here.
Well done. That was the last of the terminals. Now, you'll need to start up the main control unit. Take a good look at your map. Head for the glowing mark you see there. You're doing well, but overconfidence can be a deadly foe.
I do have a bad case of overconfidence, that is true, so I'm happy she put me in check right there. So let's go ahead and again put the ring back in its original position so that we can exit the room. And we're going to head towards the left, and we're going to paraglide through the center of the Divine Beast to get to the other side, and then approach the treasure chest there. Now, if you haven't already, or if you haven't noticed, there's two walls that are rock walls here in the beast. So just take a bomb out and launch it over to break it. The first one here is going to contain a treasure chest that has only an ancient spring, so it's not really worth it. But on the other side, there's a guardian with a battle axe that you definitely might be interested in getting. So I am, and I'm going to go ahead and collect that now. All right, Guardian, prepare to die. Alright, sweet. So we've got the battle axe. And right around the corner is going to be the final treasure chest. I know there's like a million here. But let me go ahead and collect that. It's going to have 5 bomb arrows in there. Might be something you may need in the battle ahead. So if you're low on them, definitely make this stop. Finally, let's move the center ring twice. That's going to make the main terminal level with us, and we're going to have a staircase right there. So prepare for battle. This boss is super fun to fight. It's a little challenging, but you'll get the hang of it. So let's go ahead and meet Thunderblight.
Stay on your edge, Link. This formidable adversary was made by Ganon, and brought me to a warrior's demise 100 years ago. Do not allow this to be your end. Fight for your life.
Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to just put my shield up and make sure he doesn't hit me. But I do want to get to the lower level, but he's super quick, so always make sure to be on the guard. So this is pretty easy. I mean, he's going to do this zigzag attack towards you, and if you backflip at the right time, you'll engage the slow motion and be able to deliver some attacks. So that's what we're trying to do. So I'm trying to get the timing right so that I can lodge my first strike. Alright, sweet. So let me run up to him and just continue hitting him as much as I can. In fact, I'm actually going to eat a hasty simmered fruit just to pick up a little bit of speed in this battle because he's so fast. Alright, so back to just holding the shield up. Make sure to Z target and backflip at the right time to engage that slow motion. It is a little tricky, as you can see, but it's totally doable. Alright, so let's go ahead and just strike him with the Frost Spear, and we're going to continue with the second phase of Ganon's fighting style. So I'm going to quickly run up to upper level here, and he's going to start dropping all of these metal pillars all around you. So make sure to avoid those. I actually like to go up to the top of the staircase so I can get a good visual of where he's located in the room. And from here I'm just going to run, activate my magnesis, grab a pillar, and put it right next to him so that I electrocute him. Alright, I'm hitting him with a bomb arrow. And this is where he starts to ramp up the strength of his attack. So let me go ahead and pull out a different spear so I'm prepared. Alright, so let's keep hitting him as much as we can. And as you can see, if you hit him enough, I mean, sometimes you can knock his shield out. So that's definitely always a tactic that you can use. And so now that he doesn't have a shield, let me just launch some bomb arrows at him. And finally, the third phase of his fighting style is going to be using the laser beam. So let me go ahead and use my shield to deflect that. And he did not fall to the ground, so let me finish him off with some arrows here. That looks pretty painful. That heart container is so well designed. It's beautiful. So let's go ahead and grab that heart container and increase our hearts. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit the Divine Beast. Now is a good time to collect any treasure chests that you might have missed if you choose to do so.
I knew you wouldn't let us down, Link. Thanks to your valor and skill, my soul is free, and Naboris is ours once again. Which means that finally, we can complete what we started years ago. We Gerudo have no tolerance for unfinished business. I've waited so long for the moment to see you finally rush Hyrule Castle. As well as for the moment when I incinerate Ganon into a pile of ash. Which reminds me, I wanted to give you a little something. Please accept this gift, which has come to be known as Urbosa's Fury. It will no doubt be of use to you.
Nice.
Both you and the princess, I know you have suffered much regarding what happened to us champions. But this is how things had to happen. No one need carry blame. So please, make it clear so she understands that. Tell her to shed any worries. And let her know I couldn't be more proud of her. You take good care of the princess. Oh, and also, take good care of Hyrule.
That's pretty cool. She's awesome. That's one small step for Divine Beast Elephant. One giant step for Hyrule. Oh man, I had to do it. I'm sorry, people. If that was cringe, I'm sorry. How cool is that, though? That's huge, man. That's so cool. Bingo!
Naboris, legend of the Gerudo, celebrated over ages. And you, who were named to honor her. You are a legend as well. Isn't that right, Naboris? The bitter essence of defeat from a century ago still sits upon my tongue. But that is now in the past. It was written that Calamity Ganon once adopted the form of a Gerudo. And that will make this victory all the more satisfying. I like that. Now I can take this personally. Once we've established a lock on that thing, it will be up to Link to keep Ganon occupied until the moment we unleash our strike. That moment is going to be so delicious.
Alright, so we're back at Gerudo Town, and we're going to get a pop-up window that reminds us that we have obtained Urbosa's Fury. So that's a really powerful weapon for you to use, and you simply press Y and hold it, and you will be able to summon lightning from the sky, so that's pretty sweet. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put my Gerudo clothing back on, and I'm going to run towards the princess and speak with her. Oh, you're back. She seems quite surprised. It sounds like she thought I was not going to make it. So we're just going to have a quick discussion with her, and we will return the Thunder Helm, which, as you can see, she has there. She's going to then reward us with a few things. So let's go ahead and open those treasure chests and get a reward. Now, like I said earlier in this video, we're going to want to obtain that Thunder Helm. That is super important to get. So I did a video on this a while ago. I'm going to actually put it into the playlist for this walkthrough. So make sure to check it out because I'm going to be doing that. So by the next video, I will have it. So let's go ahead and open these chests here. So the first one has a cool scimitar. And the second one is going to contain a Daybreaker shield. So I definitely want that. So let me go ahead and drop one of my current shields to grab it. Alright, and that about wraps up this video, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael, also known as Hyrule Dude. I hope everyone is being safe out there, and I hope that God keeps us all safe and blesses us all. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Cheers.